Welcome to the Sprinkles of Spirit podcast. I'm Lisa, and I am your host. With a lifelong passion for self-discovery, personal growth, and spirituality, I have realized the ability to transform our lives is a timeless gift that lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened. Join me in this space every Thursday as I share with you all of the powerful practices and tools that have helped me elevate my mind, body, and spirit, as I know they will do the same for you. Together, we'll unleash your potential through self-love, self-acceptance, and faith, empowering you to live an inspired life that radiates with authenticity, purpose, and unwavering joy. I am so grateful you are here. Remember, you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and you are loved beyond measure. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in with me this week. So right away, if you are new, I like to start out with taking one cycle of breath. So let's go ahead and put down all of the things. Grab your journal, maybe light a candle, and create some quiet time for yourself to receive a message for your highest good. So go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep inhale through your nose and feel the breath traveling up through the belly, the ribs, the shoulders, the chest. And exhale out of the mouth as you relax your shoulders, soften your face, and take the next breath in through the nose as you slowly open your eyes. Thank you. So, it is a rainy Sunday, and it's it's right on point, actually, that the cards that I always pick each week go with what I want to talk about in such a way. But let me start out by saying it's February, and right, the month of love, and it's all around you, and you can't go into a store without seeing a big red heart in your face. And it's triggering for a lot of people this month, because they look at it and then it makes them feel maybe less than if they are quote unquote single, which I don't even like that word. It has kind of, and the vibration of saying that you're alone, which I believe we are never alone. We are never alone. But, maybe you're someone who's not in a relationship or a marriage or committed, to another person. And it can make you feel less than. And I am amidst planning my wedding, and I waited a long time. I'm just going to really speak the truth here for someone who's meant to hear it. This holiday was not always a holiday I looked forward to. I am #almost 50, turning 50 this year, you guys, and getting married for the first time. And at 49, I'll be 49 when we get married. But I did not always look forward to Valentine's Day, and looking back, I'm like, gosh, that was such an ego way of thinking. But hear me out. In matters of the heart, I look back on those times, and I had almost I always believed I would have a lifelong partner. That desire, I believe desires, right, are planted by God, was placed in my heart. I always knew, really knew deep in my heart, I will have my life partner. But there was a period of time where I had no patience. I would say was just fixated on it almost obsessively, like always thinking about the lack of the partner or the next relationship or the marriage, right? And Valentine's Day would roll around and I would be like feeling less than and focused on the lack of, the lack of, the lack of. Well, what manifested in my life was more of that lack. I went years not in a relationship, attracting the wrong type of people in my life, things wouldn't work out, and then the cycle would continue of feeling less than and focused on the lack of, and the questioning, why is it taking so long? Why? Looking back, it's so clear to me. Well, of course, all you thought about was the lack of. And if you guys hear banging, I'm sorry. My beautiful fiance is next door remodeling. I know. But I'm sorry. I had to get this talk in today. And what you are focused on, and I've said it in many of our episodes, what you are focused on, of course, is what you create. And I look back now, of course, and I can see, I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, would things have happened the way they happened any differently? Only God knows that. But I will tell you what I was able to do along my self-love journey. And that's, yes, diving deep into self-inquiry, into your faith, into really developing a relationship with your higher power of your own understanding. It wasn't until I really understood the essence of surrender, the essence of surrender and truly believing and knowing in my heart that I am held by God. My whole life is not a secret to God. There is divine timing at play. There's divine timing at play. And I have a few episodes that were on the first season 1, that you may have listened to, and I get into this, but it's not until you rest with this calm sense of knowing that you are already whole, you are not incomplete, and your life is happening for you, not to you. And trusting that as you evolve and you're raising your vibration and you're growing and you're expanding and you release that fear, really, which is at the core of feeling a lack of or less than. It's really fear, right? That you are quote unquote single or quote unquote alone, which you're never alone. You are never alone, because at the source of you is that shining diamond, your true essence, your capital H higher self, which is in truth made of love and connected with all things, because God is in all things. And this may be a little deep this week, but I am reading books by Father Richard Rohr, and he explains it's just so beautifully in the universal Christ. If God is universal, then of course we're all connected, and there is no separation, and there is no better than one group better than another. And you have to really get into that place in your heart of really feeling held in that oneness and knowing that everything, my life, is happening for me, and it's evolving at the right pace. And nothing, just like that affirmation, I think we had it the other week, nothing needs to be forced, manipulated, or rushed in your life, especially matters of the heart. And I will tell you, it wasn't until I really developed self-love, understood what it means to love yourself, deepened my connection to God, to Jesus, to my angels, to my higher power, to my creator, to the universe. And I was in a place of love flowing to me and through me, that things began to shift. Almost, gosh, looking back, it really was almost overnight. It was like I really got to that place of resting easy. I had a calm confidence. I understood divine timing completely and trusted in it fully and completely. You know, there's that thing called manic manifesting where you're just like, oh, let me do this meditation and to try to meet someone, or let me place objects in a certain way. And it's, of course I believe in energy. Yes, absolutely. Energy matters. But I'm going to tell you, it really is dropping into a space of trust that you are worthy. You are here for a purpose, and your partner will not pass you by. Ever. Impossible. The right partner, the divine partner, is already out there for you. It is divine timing, and it's surrendering that obsessive fixation on that aspect in your life. And I'm not saying, don't ever meditate about it, or don't ever, it's having an openness. It's having an openness. Like you are open with complete trust, right? In divine timing. You are open, moving through your life. Your heart is open. Love is moving to you and through you. And you are calmly confident. And yes, filled with joy now, in the here and now, not when the divine partner shows up. It's the now. It's you being happy and filled with joy and love flowing to you and through you now, in the here and now. That, yes, then acts like that magnetic field and draws everything together in perfect divine timing. And so I want to talk to you about, the cards I picked this week kind of go with this, with what I was thinking about, Okay, so the Sprinkles of Spirit card is, look at the shadow side. I explore the parts of myself that come from a place of fear, anger, regret, or shame, and reflect on the lessons they have taught me. So there's the fear. So recognize the part of you that is so fixated on it, where it's coming from. And it's fear, it's fear of, oh gosh, I'm quote unquote single, or I'm quote unquote alone. No, you're never alone, ever. There is oneness. You are connected. You are held by God, by your angels, every single second. Nothing's a secret. And you can rest easy in that. You can move through life resting easy in that. But it really takes, the effort and the willingness to go ahead and look at that shadow side. Look at the part of you that is sitting in fear about this, maybe this month. Okay, and then here, our surrender card. I always ask, what do they need to surrender this week? And this popped out at me, and I swear it is surrender obsessive thinking. And it says, if you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you have clarity and even solve the problem. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So that's my message this week. It's the love month. And for those of you, if you are obsessively really thinking about this, I want to encourage you to get out your journal and write about it. Write all your feelings about it. Maybe you're angry. Maybe you feel you've done all the work. it's not happening, you're questioning why, like let all of that out. That's part of shadow work. You have to let it out and take a look at it, and it's uncomfortable and we don't like it at times, but it's all part of our spiritual journey. You know, this is all part of the spiritual journey of self-love and faith. And anytime we are obsessing about anything, we're kind of clinging on to that fear, you know? You're manic manifesting, and really the vibration of fear is never, ever, ever a place of openness. It's constricted, you know, it's closed. It's closed. Your energetic field would be closed and not open. But moving through this, as you work with this and you understand, you will see, and, you know, start small. Start with like, okay, I'm obsessively worried about being able to fix this repair. Like for instance, right now in my life, it's one thing after the next. I had a flat tire. I needed a new tire. Now we have repairs happening next door. Now I'm literally, as I record this, I looked up and we have a leak in the window. And I'm just like, all right, great. You know, and I really was kind of like freaking out about it. And there it is. You know, my energy is like, you know, freaking out. And look what happened. Here's another repair staring at me, when really I need to just surrender and let it go and go, all right, these are things that are going to get fixed. I don't need to obsess about it. It will all be handled in perfect divine timing. We will be able to fix it. Anytime you're obsessed about anything, I really think it's just creating more of the fear, more of the lack, more of the stress, more of the anxiety. And it's working with that shadow part of ourselves that help us recognize those patterns of fear that we are holding on to. You know, we're able to move through it. And then, you know, you'll arrive at the month of February and you will see love is love. Love is love, and you will recognize love is everywhere in your life. Because now you're open and you really see it. There's so much love in your life, from your family, from your friends, from your community, from your animals, from nature. The sun rises every morning for us. We have a beautiful moon pouring love into us. Like, just look at nature, if nothing else. There is love everywhere. Look at the beautiful sky. We're breathing in the beautiful air. Like, we have to open our hearts, our minds, and really recognize that love is everywhere. It's not just in a red heart-shaped box. Yeah. I hope something spoke to you this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for the noise this week. Stay with me on the path this year. And make sure you're following me on Instagram for daily inspiration and more. And I will meet you right back here. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.